It's the MythWits, a geek pop culture web series, broadcast live for video and audio podcasts. Watch us live at MythWits.com and find us on YouTube and iTunes, bringing you news and reviews about geek pop culture. We have comedy skits, play nerd-tastic games, and provide extensive on-location con coverage. And now, your hosts.
Hello and welcome to the MythWits. I'm your host, Peter Bryant, and tonight I am joined at the virtual hip, by Michael Kafis.
Flaring up like a pack of hemorrhoids. How y'all doing?
Our news anchor, Brian Olvera.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Half a face, Adrian.
I like turtles.
And tonight we are joined by a very special guest, Gary Astleford. Hello, Gary.
Hey, how you guys doing? You doing okay tonight?
Doing great. Hey, you sound good. We did a pre-show with Gary yesterday, and we were like, you gotta get a better mic. So he brought in a good mic. Excellent. Fantastic. So, real quick, being that we got this one off without a hitch, I think. Hello and welcome to the MythWits, a show dedicated to all things geek pop culture, drenched in complete absurdity, coated heavily with sarcasm, and dusted with obscenities. This show is absolutely not safe for work and will certainly offend those with any sense of humanity. We do our damnedest to be funny, but there are no guarantees. Continuing beyond this point is probably a bad idea, and if you do so, don't say you weren't warned. So that's that's our intro.
I gotta go, guys. I don't think this is safe for me.
Too much for you?
Too much.
Okay. So I think a couple of us had a pretty interesting weekend. Mike, what happened with your weekend that was interesting?
Did I have something preconceived ready to talk about?
I don't know. I thought you did. Nope. Okay, maybe I was mistaken. Okay.
I don't think so.
All right, then. I apologize. I thought you and I were talking and something. All right, so anyway, when I went to TotalCon a couple weeks back, I was talking with Jay Libby and Tim Kask. They did this auction thing there, but it didn't go over real well. It just wasn't a good venue for it. It had nothing to do with the auction. It's just not a convention. It's just not set up for it. So I told them that I thought that eBay would be a good way to go with this auction thing. Just put it on eBay and see what they could get for it. So we launched the auction this weekend. I set it up for them. So I would let me check the thing here. It's the eBay item is called Role Playing Package for Charity. A really creative name here, I know. But you can find it on our MythWits page. I put a link there, or Studio187.com. You can find a link there. Some really good stuff in this package. I mean, there's a GM adventure copy, and this is something it's an adventure that Tim Cass put together, that he's run at conventions, but it's not something that's in print, I don't think, and if it is, that's fine. This is the GM copy, so it's a very collectible item. There's also
It's a collector's edition?
It's a collector's edition. The collector. There's also a map in it done by Steve Porcamo, I think is how you pronounce it. Porcorny. And he's the guy that does there's 3D dungeons, the Dwarven Forge. This is a number 0, so this is a unique one. He signed it. Tim Kask has signed it. It's for an upcoming series of adventures for Tim Kask. This thing alone, that map alone, at some point in the near future, will probably go for somewhere around, I don't know, what do you think, like a couple hundred at some point? The GM's copy, the thing I just talked about, that will go for $300 easily, all by itself. It's currently at $79 for the eBay item. I suggest you check it out and see if it's something you want. There's a ton of other stuff in it too. It's a whole bunch of stuff that's in it.
If you get this thing for like less than $400, you made a steal.
You did.
And
you did.
A charity, really made out.
Oh yeah, I should. Yeah. It's all for charity, so nobody's making any money off this except for the charities, which is a good thing. It's Wounded Warrior and Fishing Without Boundaries, I think is the name of it. They're both for disabled people, to help them, get out.
Woo, disabled people!
Yay! So it's a really good, it's a really good cause. Please check it out, see if it's something you might be interested in. You can see a funny picture of me in there as well, because Jay did a funny poster of me and Tim and this guy Ben Gerber.
Oh, yes.
And, yeah,
What was that? The
Goat Lords of the Apocalypse.
That's right.
It's pretty cool, and we all signed it, so it should be funny, or should be a cool thing. It's goofy. Also, Ben Gerber, who's been on the show, he's putting out a game called Village Idiot, which is on the Game Crafter, and I think it's on Drive-Thru Cards. It's a card game. It's coming up. It's got a print and play version, or you can get the cards. I think the print and play version, I think it's free. But you can find out more about this at Board Game Geek. Just type in Village Idiot or type in Troll in the Corner. You can also go to is trollitc.com/village-idiot. It looks like a pretty fun little game. It basically has to do with medieval life. It's a card game. I looked at the rules. I don't want to go into it now. Some of them are a little complex, but it's like ultimately it's easy. It's a cool little game. So definitely check it out.
Just a real quick ad.
Yes.
One of the items in the package, the eBay package that you didn't mention, is if you do go to TotalCon, it's a weekend pass. So
yep, weekend pass, whole thing. So I mean, you got to pay for your own room, and you got to get yourself there, and you got to buy your own food. But
okay, don't we just push the good things.
Hey, you get in free, and you get to hang with us because we'll be there. And if you show me that pass, or I find out that I'm the one that the thing's going through, I'll buy you a beer. How about that? I'll throw that in there. Throwing a beer in there.
Ooh, I'm bidding now.
And one last promo I want to throw out there. This is my man, Scott Sigler. I know we talk about him a lot. I'm wearing the Ionath Kraken shirt tonight. I'm going to start doing a T-shirt thing. So anybody who's watching the show wants to promo any of your stuff, you give me a T-shirt, I'll give you a shout out. I wear a large. You can
and I wear an extra large. So if you only have an extra large, you can send it to me.
That's true. So you can.
I'll pour it out too.
You can contact
I think
us.
I wear a shirt.
You can contact us at mythwits at gmail.com, or you can just go to Studio 187, go to the contact page, and you can contact me. We like to pimp stuff. Free T-shirts is worth a pimping as far as I'm concerned.
And if I don't get any shirts soon, I'm gonna start pimping my chest hair.
Oh, please God, send some shirts, somebody.
Just thought I'd throw that out.
I'll send a shirt. Jesus Christ.
Ooh, a Jesus Christ shirt. That'd be good.
Jesus Christ shirt. That'd be awesome.
Buddy Christ from Dogma.
All right, so
All right.
So if nobody else has anything else to add, anyone going once? Adrian had Taco Bell tonight.
Good.
All I did was play Titanfall all weekend.
Are you sure that's what you played all weekend? Didn't you play any other games at all? Nothing? No other betas? Maybe? Beta?
Is there any other beta you might have played
Oh
around
my
with?
god, the beta's not even going on anymore. But yes, I was a fairly big contributor to the WildStar beta.
I've heard of this.
WildStar! Wait a minute.
We should
And
talk about
Oscar
that at some
lighting
point
right now.
too.
And the Oscars
Brian on
go
our show.
to...
He's played the beta of WildStar. Do we know anyone else who's been involved with WildStar, Pete?
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Well, if I remember, we'll ask about it tonight. See if anyone else remembers that. Anyway, enough with this
My
silliness.
stupid head.
Let's talk with our guest, Gary. Hey, Gary. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Meow.
Thanks for having.
So as we were as we were alluding to, Gary is involved with WildStar, but we're not going to talk about that yet. I want to first talk to Gary about some of the other stuff he's doing because WildStar is such a big thing right now. But I don't want it to overshadow the main reason why I brought him on. See, I know Gary. Gary and I hung out a couple times at TotalCon. He's a good guy. He does a lot of stuff. So I want to make sure we hit these other things first, and then we will talk all about all that other stuff.
What other
Are
stuff?
you kidding? Nobody really cares what I have to say.
Well, I'm going to force it down their throats first, okay? that's
If you want this WildStar, you will take this non-canon content!
Because
That's what he said.
Gary was gracious enough to come on the show, so I want to give him as much, I want to give him as much of a plug as I can for whatever he wants to talk about. So, Gary, what do you want to start with? You want to start with your role playing stuff?
I guess so. I mean, am I
we could-
freelancing and whatnot?
We can start with wherever you want.
Well, there's not that much to say. I mean, I've done some writing for a couple of game lines.
Okay.
Most recently.
Raise your hand if you've done writing for a game before. I can't raise my hand.
Let's
Pete
see.
might put his hand in the air.
Okay.
And that's it. That's it. So, you know.
So I'm gonna put up this little. I'm gonna put up a picture right now. It's this little thing. Age of Rebellion. What is that? I recognized. There's a princess and a guy in an orange suit. There's a pilot of some kind. Looks familiar.
Yeah, that's from Star Wars,
Yes.
Peter.
I've seen the Star Wars.
I've seen this.
So
tell me more about it.
Yeah. So tell me about Age of Rebellion and what you're doing with that.
Well, Age of Rebellion is it's the second role-playing game put out by Fantasy Flight Games in the Star Wars universe. The first one being Edge of the Empire, which was kind of about fringers and scum and villainy and all that sort of good stuff.
Yes.
Now, Age of Rebellion actually focuses on the war between the Empire and the Rebel Alliance. So it takes a different look at things, kind of the look that most people probably think of when they think of at least the original trilogy.
Right.
And it puts it with the same system the Edge of the Empire uses.
Right.
And it's very effective. It's a very good game.
Okay. Now, I'm sorry if I missed this. What system is it using?
Geez, I don't even remember what the system's
Is it
called.
Cortex? Is it the Cortex system or?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of a whole different thing.
You must be.
I am. Sorry.
Gosh, I don't even know if it has a name. That sounds really stupid.
Well, because
I write for it, but I don't know what it's called.
No. So Gary, I mean, you're not like a big. As I correct me if I'm wrong, but as I understand, you're not like a big mechanics guy. You're more of a story-driven guy, or do you do mechanics? Or
I've done mechanics in the past. I mean, I did a lot of mechanics for. Let's see. I worked on Warhammer, the Warhammer Fantasy Role-Playing Game Second Edition.
Okay.
I worked on Star Wars Saga Edition, which is the last edition of the Star Wars RPG.
Wait a minute, I played that. That was pretty cool.
Well, like I said, I say this all the time. I can't take credit for everything, but I did a lot of work on that. Very proud of it, and there were some mechanics in there. I do prefer story over mechanics, but I'm kind of I can do a lot of things.
Okay. Gary does stuff.
Stuff.
So what are you doing on the Age of Rebellion?
Well, for the core book, I worked on. I wrote the adventure that appears in the back of the book. That's the first adventure that anybody's going to run. I mean, outside of the beta book that they released earlier.
Right.
But this is a different adventure from the one presented in the beta book, and I'm pretty proud of it.
Oh, good. Okay. So anything? Is just the adventures is that? I'm not to say that that's all you've worked on. I know that's a big task, but is there anything else in the book that you've worked on, or you want to talk about? Because I think you've been kind of playtesting it, right?
Well, I've been playtesting something else.
Oh,
that I wrote for a different project that I can't talk about.
Okay, I'm getting them crossed.
I continue to playtest it.
All right. Okay.
But
Tell us more about this.
Yeah, tell us all about this thing. No. Okay. So you got another project in the works, a main release type of thing, like a you don't have to tell me. I'm not asking who, but like another major company.
No, it's all still with Fantasy Flight.
Okay.
Most of my freelancing has been with Fantasy Flight lately.
Okay.
I'm kind of getting back into it because I was out for about, 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
And I missed it terribly. And they finally got back to me and said, "Will you try writing for us?" And I said, "Sure."
Okay.
I'd love to.
I mean, listen, nobody called me in the past 2 years and said, "Hey, Mike, any chance you could write some stuff for us?" So you got that going for you.
Mike, you don't write anything.
I write. I write.
You write
ABCs. He writes his ABCs.
Right.
I write checks.
He writes child support checks. He writes.
I get very creative with those.
He writes notes to his wife on toilet paper. Yeah.
He'd be my baby daddy.
All right, so you've done a lot of stuff with role playing over the years.
What is your most? What is your favorite thing that you've worked on in any of the fantasy role playing or the? You said you did some of the Warhammer stuff too. What is your favorite project you've worked on that you can talk about?
Well, I can talk about any of the old ones more or less, but I have to say that in all the projects I worked on, they've all been pretty good. But my favorite had to be the Children of the Horned Rat supplement for Warhammer 2nd Edition. It's all about the Skaven.
Oh yeah, I know who I know the Skaven are. They're the rat dudes, right?
Oh yeah.
Man.
So, I noticed it says in your bio thing here, it says you were published in Dragon Magazine number 106.
Mm-hmm.
And that was that the Ord Vaxal prison planet of the Empire?
That is correct.
So what was that exactly? What and how long ago was that?
Oh, I think that was probably 2003.
Okay.
Somewhere around there. Actually, yeah. It was a long time ago, in a galaxy not so far away.
Right.
But I pitched this idea to Dungeon. It was Dungeon Magazine.
Okay.
And
Well, it says Dragon here. Was it Dungeon?
it should have been Dungeon.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, so Dungeon. Yeah, well,
Did I make a mistake?
I think so. That's fine. Not
It's a
problem.
typo.
Yeah.
It's a typo. I get lots of those.
It's probably my fault. Don't worry about
If
it.
you're like me and don't write, you don't get typos because right.
Aren't you lucky, Mike?
So all right, so Dungeon Magazine. Okay. Now have you?
And
Okay, I'm sorry.
go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, have you talked to the guys at Gygax yet, or have they mentioned they talked to you yet? I mean, you know some people who work for Gygax.
That's
We
true.
know some people.
I sent some messages to our friend James Carpio,
Yes.
There you go.
and he said, "Yeah, we'd be interested." And I never heard back. So
Oh, well, he's busy. You gotta
he's a busy guy.
just beat on his head a little bit, you know.
With the marriage and
Oh,
marriage.
yeah. Did you know he got married?
I think I saw some stuff on Facebook about that, but that's not an excuse. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
I'm married too, so
Yeah, but he's newly. You're broken in. He is unbridled yet. You know.
Yeah, well, I don't know. He looks a little broken in.
He might be Batman overnight. We don't know.
Talk about the poor guy. He's not even here.
I know. I'm poking him right now, so he'll bug us.
We'll bug him to bug you. How's
Right.
that, Gary?
So you
that's fine.
you write a blog, and I know you wrote a post today for your blogspot, neurosuctionblogspot.com.
Correct.
And so what is this blog that you do? What kind of stuff do you write about?
Oh, mostly I used to write about the games I was running, the games I was playing, and the games I was writing. And then occasionally I'd squeeze, some science fiction in there or just some commentary. I don't usually post any political stuff because that's kind of between me and God. So
Yeah, I got you.
I don't want to. It's so divisive sometimes, and I don't want to really get into it.
Aha.
But yeah, it's mostly my gaming blog, if you want to think of it that way,
Okay.
because I've been gaming a long time.
Yes, you have. Okay.
Can I get one of these blogs, Pete? Should I start doing this thing? All the kids are blogging now.
There's
You'd have to write, Mike. You'd have to write.
Yeah, dude.
What
there's
about if I dictate? Have we gotten to that point yet? Can I start dictating?
who are you gonna dictate to?
There's
I don't know,
actually some good
you
software.
or Dragon or you. I don't know.
Well, you can always, dude. You can always blog on the MythWits. There's a space for that. You write a post.
Self plug. I made the website.
Right.
There,
Okay.
There's that word again. Right. All right. We'll get back to that.
All right.
Just so you know, this isn't water.
What's that? Oh, okay.
This is not water.
Okay. So so let's see. So you've worked for Wizards of the Coast. You worked for Green Ronin Publishing. You've worked for Fantasy Flight Games. Are there any other games or anything you want to touch on gaming wise? You say you're well. Okay. Is there anything you want to touch on gaming wise that we haven't talked about yet? That you'd like to, I don't know, maybe pimp out or talk about or establish your street cred. I mean, not that you haven't already. I mean, some of the stuff you've been talking about's been pretty impressive.
Come on, Gary, pimp it out.
Right.
Come on.
You know what? This makes me very uncomfortable.
We don't have to do anything you don't want to do, Gary.
Yeah. So,
Just
Do we have a safety word? I mean, can I just
The cameras are for your protection.
It's
Just say
pumpernickel.
flamingo. Just say
Call it
flamingo.
pumpernickel.
hey, wait a minute. Hey, Brian, do you have your Godzilla handy?
What?
Is your Godzilla handy? You have your Godzilla handy? Your Godzilla
Which-
doll. Is it handy?
Oh
No, but I have Bone Daddy.
Bone Daddy, okay.
Daddy.
All right,
It's
all right,
back there.
All right, no, that's okay. We got Bone Daddy. All right, so Gary, show us on Bone Daddy where the words touched you. No.
I got a better one. Hold on.
Oh God.
Oh, no. What is this? Oh. Wait a minute. Wait. Brian, I'm gonna
Marcus from Borderlands.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you got, Pete?
I got nothing. I got no dolls. Hold on, wait. I got something. Hold on. Here.
Show and tell
Wait,
time
I
now.
got a doll somewhere. Hang
Wait a
on.
minute.
Wait.
This
Ooh, I don't want to.
This is a piece of art that I bought a million years ago. It's a deviled egg. Get it? Deviled.
That is not a bobblehead, okay?
No, it's all
You
like a.
lose.
Aw, snap.
Loser.
Hold on, wait. What has Gary got? Hold on, let me put that up. Oh, what the hell is that?
It's Cthulhu, man.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
There's a story behind Cthulhu here.
Okay.
Okay, now prior to being at Carbine, I was with 38 Studios, the
Right.
late limit 38 Studios.
Hold on.
Play taps. So
Sorry, I'm a lore fan.
Hey. Cosmo said on the comments, he's like, I volunteer as tribute.
I volunteer as tribute.
All right, so go ahead. Gary, you got a story?
okay, so I started at 38 Studios. We were the office was in Maynard, Massachusetts, and my first day, I walk into the men's restroom to do my business, and this thing is sitting on the counter next to the sinks.
That's unnerving.
I'd never seen a Cthulhu, in a bathroom before. So, fast forward, 38 Studios is moving to Rhode Island. They're moving to Providence, so we're cleaning the building out. We're sending everything back to Providence, to the new building, and nobody wanted this thing. You know?
Somehow that didn't
Right.
make it.
Yeah, apparently one of the guys, one of the artists, had won this in some kind of Christmas raffle.
Huh.
And I said, "Are you gonna take Cthulhu?" And he said, "No, I don't really want that thing." And I said, "Can I have it?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, go ahead." And to home with me it came.
Okay. Well, I like it. It's creepy. It's definitely creepy.
I should touch it.
You should. Oh, wait a minute.
Is it
Is
like,
that what he told you? Is that what Cthulhu told you in the men's room before?
you should touch it?
Touch my tentacles. All right, so, Now,
Hold on, fast forward. All right, we're gonna fast forward through the rest of the 38 Studios. Something wicked this way came and went. And where are you working now?
I work at Carbine Studios in Aliso Viejo, California.
They don't sound like they make role-playing games. What kind of games do they make?
well, hold on, wait. Before we get into that, hold on. Time out, Mike.
Uh-oh.
Before we transition to the video game stuff,
There was a segue. I
there's
forgot.
a little segue you forgot about. So Jay Libby missed you, and
I missed him.
So did some other people from the East Coast. At Total Con. So Jay put together a little video as tribute to Gary.
Tribute.
So if you would activate your YouTube channel, Mike is gonna upload that video for us.
Well, yeah, I'm just gonna. I'll
snap.
All
All right,
so
so
it's
hold
ready,
on.
all queued up. So if you go to YouTube
So
It's on
or
the
go to the the plugin
toolbar.
like we showed you yesterday, Gare. You ready to go?
Oh, yes.
hold on, wait a minute.
All right.
Let me
Hold
make
up.
sure. Oh, what the fuck? All right.
What?
Sorry.
You good?
I'm good. All right, let her
All
rip.
right. Okay, now I just understand if you want to talk after I push play, everyone will be muted. Okay? So you can push to talk, but other than that, we'll be muted. And action.
All right, hold on. Stop.
I'm holding. What am I holding for?
Because I went to go to the YouTube and it's doing a thing. And
Maybe you can't watch it on yours because of some weird quantum vortex.
yeah, fuck it.
Issue.
Just let it roll. Hold on. Just let it roll. I got it on you. I just won't watch it. You go ahead and watch it.
Okay.
Oh, I can't. Hold on. Stop for a second. I can't. Hold on. I gotta get this. I'm sorry, folks. YouTube has this whole like Google bought YouTube, which bought this and that, and if I'm logged into one, I can't log into the other, and so give me a second here. I'm trying to get this working.
Oh, that's right. For once, we behind the scenes can see things that they who are ahead of the scene can't see, because usually we can't see what they can see. So Pat, how does it feel?
All right. Okay. Stop. It's good to go. Let her rip.
Okay.
Dr. Hank McCoy here. Today we're going to interview some of the former friends and lovers of Gary Astleford. So, let's begin.
I knew Gary back in college. He was so much fun. He was so fun. We had a blast. Gary was so naughty. He did naughty things in the dorm rooms, but I can't tell you what. I knew Gary from his stint at the New York Zoo. He was such a monkey. Gary Astleford, I'll tell you about Gary Astleford. I want my Journey CD back.
Gary said it was just a game, that we were going to have fun in the dungeon. I never got out. Damn you, Gary.
Is the thing on? Is it on? Hey, is it on? It is. Are you sure? The red light's not on. Are you positive? Really? Hey, what the fuck's that cat doing in here? Get the snarf out of here! Oh, come on! You said no Thundercats. Why are Thundercats? This is my interview. Who are we talking about? I don't know. Oh yeah, I remember Gary. We had lots of fun. That wasn't me. Yeah, about Gary. He was. Yeah. That wasn't me. That was the guy behind the camera. Hey. What? Yeah, we remember Gary just well. Yeah, we Sonic Amy a lot that year in the dorms. Yeah, it was pretty good stuff.
Gary used to change my diapers on diaper day. It was a fun time. Gary, when you get back to my quadrant, let me know. I need my diapers changed again. Yeah. Gary Astleford, I remember Gary. We humped the jungles in Nam. We tracked the Persian Gulf terrorists. We hunted cobra to every section of the planet. You know what, Gary? We need you back.
First, please follow me. Good move, soldier.
Yeah. I had the one-nighter with Gary. He did not tell me that he'd give me this STD. Now my face is falling off. I'm going to hunt you down, Gary. I'm going to hunt you down and terminate you. He said it wasn't a tumor. It looked like a tumor to me. Oh, they said I could be in this video. Galactus, what are you doing? Get off the camera. Oh. I'm ready now. I think I'm ready. I'm positive. I'm ready. Who are we talking about again? No, I got a sword. No. Wait. Hey, you said the cat wasn't going to be here. Get the snarf off the thing.
This one time at band camp, oh, we all had so much fun with Gary.
Gary, I remember I do. We had fun with my lightsaber. Did we not? Did we do? Turn the lights off, Gary. We have more fun. Come back to the Force. Master Yoda said so. So Master Yoda say.
So while we're at it, can we pimp out our new show, My Little Ponies Adventureland?
No! Folks say no! Folk is Gary's boy. Gary, my beefcake. Oh, I love Gary Astleford. Folks say smash the ponies, because I want Gary back! Well, there you have it. The people that miss Gary Astleford. Gary, if you're out there, we want you to come back. Well, come back when you retire, because we know you're having fun doing game design on the West Coast. That's Hank McCoy for MythWits.
Oh, yeah.
So Gary, did you enjoy your tribute?
I think Jay has too much fucking time on his hands. Really.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
No, because you know how long it took.
If you go to our YouTube site and you check out all the ones he's made, I think you'll find that you may like yours the best.
Pretty sure I will.
Yours that was awesome. No, I'll tell you.
Two words to the viewers. 2 words to the viewers. I'm sorry.
What are you talking about? What do you mean? No, 2 words.
Hold on, let me take a swig of my water.
No, two
words. You're welcome.
Right. If you're just an audio podcast listener, I apologize for missing the beauty, the sublimeness of that video, and having to listen to all that and not going, what the hell is going on? So go check out the video.
You can't commentate that. You can't commentate that. You got to go to our YouTube site.
Yeah,
check it out.
All right, so enough of that silliness. All right, so Gary, let's talk video game design. So you are what is it? Senior content. I got to get this right. Hold on. Senior. Where is it? Senior content developer. Senior content
designer.
Designer. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just not finding it right. All right, so senior content designer. So what does that mean? What is that?
You're supposed to look through the glass.
No, I did. I'm just not seeing it. So anyway, so what is that? What is a senior content designer?
Well, in content, we design content. See, that includes.
Sorry.
You asked.
Oh, wait a minute. Just more of that writing bullshit you talk about doing. You just write stuff down and it becomes content. Is that another fancy word for writing?
No. There's a lot more to it than writing. It's basically we take the stories that they want us to tell and we turn them into magic. That includes writing the dialogue, writing the text, and putting the people in the world to give you those quests, putting the monsters in the world that you have to fight. All that stuff comes from the content department.
Okay.
And there's a lot of very talented people there who work day in and day out, sometimes for, long shifts to get this stuff in the game and polished.
Right. So how many people in like a content design team? Like how many people would you have in your department?
Department or just on the team?
Well, just on the team. Like, so for example, for a game like WildStar, how many people are in that content development section that do that job?
Oh, jeez. Let me think.
Roughly, I'm not gonna like bust through the window and hut and go. There's one more than you said.
I'll just throw out maybe say 40 of us.
Really? Oh wow, that many. Okay, so there's a lot to do for that.
Yeah, and everybody has different hats they wear, but for the most part, what we're doing is we're making the game. There may be systems and stuff that comes from systems, and that's all good. We can't build our stuff without the systems, obviously.
Right.
But when you're running around the game doing most of the content, you're doing the path content, or you're doing the challenges, or you're doing a quest, we did that stuff.
Okay, so go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. Question here. I want you to walk me through this. I know, Pete and I did a very, very small, stupid. It fizzled out before it really got started. We were going to work on a video game many years ago, but I know just from that, I know that there's a pipeline.
It was a nightmare. We're not even going to go into what we did.
I don't think the game ever made it out of the mind of the people who were developing it or something. But I know there's a pipeline, and from the beginning, from whoever is like comes up and says, "I have a great idea for a game," and someone says, "Okay, let's do it." From that time, first walk me through like. Who needs to start working first in what department, or is it if it's top down? Like who's saying, okay, this department's going to be working on this stuff while the art department is working on this, and storyboarding is working on this, and graphics and the content. Is it kind of like that, or is it more of a linear movement?
Oh, you know what? I wasn't at Carbine when they started, so I don't really know how they started things.
Okay.
When I came along, most of the systems were in place. Most of the content was there, but it's been through lots of iterations. Obviously my focus is on that stuff, but when it comes to the big picture, first you need funding. These games aren't cheap to make.
More of a linear
and once you
movement.
have that in place, you can hire the people you know what? I wasn't at Carbine when they started, so I don't really know how very good they started things.
Okay.
When I came along, most of the systems were in place. Most of the content which gives us this big framework. There's a history that goes along with everything through lots of iterations. I mean, it's very deep. Obviously, my focus is on that stuff.
In this case, in your case, is it similar to like when people are writing a series for television? They kind of do a series Bible. Like there's a certain, I guess, in the content department, you guys would write some sort of some stuff that maybe never even comes to play until maybe a sequel, or if people start asking, or it doesn't come into light until later. Is that something you guys do? Like you were saying, you guys write like so many deep things that may not even make it out, but if you need it, it's there.
Well, it's not so much if we need it, it's there. It's also a framework to hang our content on, and to maintain consistency. We have all these stories that may, like you said, may not come to light, but if you can follow that path back, you're doing this quest, you follow the path of the lore back, you might get some inkling of what that was. Okay. And if it ever does come to light, you go, oh yeah, I remember now. Gotcha. So yeah, it's very deep. We have to think of everything. Because there are people out there who will pick this apart, and they will know when we've got corners.
Right. And people are very very quick to point out any faults.
That's the community these days.
Yes, as a matter of fact, most of what I've experienced, at least with podcasting and creating the content that I've created, usually if you don't hear anything, that means you haven't done much wrong. It doesn't mean that you're doing or usually means you're doing a good job if you don't hear anything. But if you hear something, just about anything, it probably means that you've made a mistake somewhere or screwed something up. Because people like to complain way more than they like to praise you.
Yeah, I was mostly talking about the public. I wasn't necessarily talking about the game studio.
No, I was talking about the public. No, that's what I'm talking about. The public. The public will dog you quick as anything. They're quicker to dog you than they are to praise you. I was looking on the event listing for this. I saw some comments on the Carbine site on their Facebook page, and like right out the gate, people started going, "Oh, this game's kind of boring," and blah blah blah. And it's just like, and one of the other guys was like, "What are you talking about? What do you mean it's boring?" And it's like, well, it's just like every other game. Like, what other game are you talking about? What game is like this game? Because I love this game and I'd like to play that one too. And the guy just kind of disappeared after that.
Because there's, amongst any bridge you ever walk across, there are trolls that underneath of it. So
yeah, right, absolutely.
Well, there is the power of opinion,
Right.
Yeah. And the power of opinion is the power of an asshole. So
there's a reason the unofficial slogan for YouTube is "Don't read the comments."
Oh yeah, I'd stay away from that for the most part. So Gary, right. 38 Studios. Did you do this? Did you have the same job there as you do here? Is it the same kind of stuff that you were doing?
At 38, I was a narrative designer.
Okay.
And so when I came on board at 38, we were putting the history of the world together and making stories for the zones that we were going to have, zone being an area within the game world that the players would go to and interact with. So
what game were you working on before you left there?
Well, I guess, what were we calling it? Kingdoms of Amalur, I think? Kingdoms of Amalur?
Reckoning.
Something Reckoning.
Well, Reckoning was a different game. Reckoning.
Oh, you mean Project Copernicus?
Yes, but I think in the end they decided to call it Kingdoms of Amalur, the MMO.
It was just, I think it was just going to be called Kingdoms of Amalur. I gotta admit, when I saw the some of the conceptual stuff for that, oh man, I was excited because I love the art style for that. When I got to see the art assets, it was really nice.
And the 38 Studios folded before any of that got out, right?
We never. I mean, we had
never completed.
We had some videos that I think we put out there, but
there was a couple. There was.
And nobody tried to buy the game to complete it or take it or anything like that.
Well, the state of Rhode Island, I believe, auctioned.
Yeah.
They auctioned off everything but that IP.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. So
I can't say enough good things about 38. We had a lot of really good people, a lot of really passionate people,
right.
And we've got a few of them at Carbine too, and it's like one big happy family.
That's good.
Were you ever able to bring anyone else from 38 once you got to Carbine? Did you were able to recommend anyone else from 38? Maybe pass some good luck along?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, I knew pretty much everybody 38 was also very family-oriented, very family-like. So
Yeah.
everybody pretty much knew everybody else.
Definitely.
So you're living the dream then. You're making games and having a good time and good working people and.
But it is work.
Well, no, it is. Of course, it's work. Yeah. But I'm saying it's a good job. You love that. It's what you love doing.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do anything else, I don't think.
Oh, I can imagine. All right, so let's talk about Carbine, and I'm going to do this. And you have a little game called WildStar that's coming out. But
We do.
I guess, do we want to run that video? You guys linked this up to 2 videos, and I guess we should probably show both of them before we get this started. You think?
Yeah. Well, why don't we show the What is WildStar first, and then after we play that, we'll all meet back here and have a little talk. Brian can tell us what he thinks, and then there's a more in-depth video that talks about what is the next one? Talk about.
It talks about this, like the working.
Yeah, the arenas and the battles and stuff.
The PvP stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So why don't we do that? Everyone, children, pull out your YouTube app, and we're pushing play now.
Legend tells of the mysterious planet Nexus, once inhabited by the hyper-advanced Elden, who disappeared from the galaxy long ago. Where is this lost world? What mysteries and wonders will be found there? And does it conceal ancient technologies and forbidden magic of awesome, unimaginable power? Guess what? You're gonna find out, Cupcake. Nexus has just been discovered, and things are about to get real. Welcome to WildStar. When someone finds the most legendary planet in the universe, you can be damn sure that everyone is saddling up their starship and blazing a trail to get there. On one side, you've got the Exiles, a motley crew of refugees, outlaws, and mercenaries. On the other, the Dominion, a powerful interstellar empire that prides itself on kicking ass. Throw in a bunch of the weirdest, wildest, and most ruthless races this side of the event horizon, and you've got an explosive cocktail just looking for someone to party with. You ready for a fight? Oh, yeah. Face off against dangerous alien organisms, killer robots, and savage natives, using skill, movement, and some old-fashioned backbone to smash your enemies to smithereens. Whether your arsenal is big guns and bullets or supercharged magical spells, you'll be cracking skulls and making corpses in no time. Well, stakes not high enough for you? Then you and some of your most bloodthirsty friends should double down and buy a war plot. Then outfit it with enough firepower to blow a hole in the space-time continuum. When your death fortress is complete, go to war against your enemies and earn rewards so epic your head will explode like a supernova. Boom! Taming a hostile alien world ain't gonna be easy, so choose a path and start taking care of business. As a soldier, scientist, settler, or explorer, you'll be facing Nexus head-on with custom content and rewards that make it your kind of adventure. So whether it's starting a war, building a town, climbing a mountain, or studying bug-eyed, brain-eating extraterrestrial critters, you're whipping this planet into shape with your own personal style. You didn't come halfway across the galaxy for a weekend visit. No. So grab a plot, build a house, and kick back on your little piece of the galactic dream. Customize your house with a mind-numbing array of choices, transforming it into a unique reflection of your own enigmatic, schizophrenic, or sociopathic tastes. Snazzy! And just when you think it's all over and maybe it's time to take a breather, guess again. Dive headfirst into an episodic world story to reveal the ultimate secrets of Nexus, doing your best to avoid getting demolished, dissected, or vaporized. Along the way, you'll see some of the most epic content since the Big Bang itself, squaring off against the most hair-raising enemies that Nexus has to offer. Add to that an unbelievable lineup of dungeons, raids, PvP battlegrounds, and adventures, and you've got a rich, deep, unforgettable experience that's guaranteed to blow your mind. WildStar, adventure is about to get an ass kicking.
Oh yeah, just like any other game. My ass.
Peggy 12.
Oh, stop, Mike.
Oh, stopping that for right now.
Yeah, how about that? All right. Okay, so Gary, that looks pretty badass. I mean, I like the snarkiness. Okay, so when I first saw like the pictures and stuff for this, I thought it was gonna be like a kind of a cartoonish sort of, you know, fun little lighthearted romp. And I mean, it is lighthearted, but it's very snarky, and I was pleasantly surprised.
I got to be honest with you. Let me tell you when I first saw the intro video, to me it rang, and I don't know if this is a look or a genre you were going for, but it rang to like a Ratchet and Clank-ish sort of feel and genre. Is that something that either you guys were going for or that it turned into?
There's elements from everywhere, really.
Yeah. I'm not saying that it's some sort of a weird, uncanny copy or anything else. I'm saying it has like a like I just kind of got that vibe in a way that like the things that I think fondly of Ratchet and Clank, I think fondly about, you know, WildStar.
Well, I won't say it wasn't, you know, in that creative process somewhere.
Okay.
Right.
Good.
Hey, what's Ratchet and Clank?
It's another video game, Pete. It's just you don't roll dice with it. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry. If there isn't dice involved, it's usually out of my wheelhouse.
That's a PlayStation.
PlayStation exclusive,
Yeah.
Sony
Okay.
IP.
Yeah.
Yep, which they're making a movie of.
That's gonna be bizarre.
I'm actually looking forward to it because they actually have the original VAs doing the main cast. So I was like, okay.
Hey, enough about the Ratchet and the Clank.
I didn't go there. Look,
can we get to the wild in the store?
so
I'll start off with this.
Okay.
See this? Take it, Gary. Take it. Take it.
Okay. Well,
Do you need an envelope? Okay.
So Brian has he's a beta tester, so he's played this. And Brian, could you adjust your camera? You dinged it.
Yeah, I know I dinged
Gary,
it.
take it all. After my child support, all right? Here, take that.
Take that, Gary.
Hey, Gary.
No. Brian seems to be a fan.
Coin, but no. All right, go ahead. Yeah. So Brian, So Brian was a big fan. He's like, oh my god, we're gonna be talking about WildStar. I love WildStar.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this: when I saw the very first cinematic trailer, I'm talking the very first one that they showed, I believe, at Gamescom a couple of years ago, I was like, I'm sold already, because I mean, just the writing itself sold me, and I loved it. And then, of course, what's funny is I never thought I was going to get into the beta. This was like during the really early stages. You just sign up, send your specs and whatnot. I was like, I'm not going to get it. And that magic little moment, and I see it, I'm like, oh yes, I'm going to have so much fun. And he
started rubbing himself. He's like, oh,
just made a key, just made a key. But like I said, I was impressed because I've beta tested a lot of stuff. I even beta tested like the Warhammer MMO that was out from EA, and I play a lot of MMOs. I mean, I still play some of them, but I'm really digging WildStar. I had a lot of fun. I mean, this was like a really early phase of the beta when it wasn't completely optimized, so things were still a little broken. Beta is beta. And I just loved it. I was playing the Exiles, Spellslinger.
I would have chosen them. I would have chosen the Exiles too.
Yeah, I mean, just the way your cinematic department does those WildStar flicks. I mean, that alone would sell a lot of people because it's such good dialogue writing. I mean, the gameplay was pretty solid, and it's true. It is action combat based on what I've played, and it's really fun. I mean, I didn't get too far into it. I think I got to like in the beta. I got to like level 15. I got to like the secondary zone besides the intro zone. After I won't say much after that. I don't know how much. I don't know how much has been put on YouTube because it isn't the NDA lifted by now.
Yeah, the NDA's gone. Yeah.
The NDA's gone. Okay, because I mean, after the whole tutorial zone on the ship, I did that, and then I did the first zone in the snowy region. I forgot what it was called, and then I got to the Northern Wilds, and then I got to the next zone right after that, and that's where I kind of stopped. But like the minute you guys had those beta weekends, I would just keep playing and playing and playing, and I love the paths. Like the Explorer was a lot of fun. That's what I did. I was the Explorer. So I mean the Spell Slinger. I mean I love the class designs, but it's pretty solid.
All right.
I mean,
so just real quick, what? Yeah. Just so for our listeners, Gary, what's a Spell Slinger?
Spell Slinger is kind of like a magical gunslinger.
Okay.
You know, if you can imagine Malcolm Reynolds with magic.
Okay.
I like it.
And then what is that? What is the other one? The path?
The path system.
The Explorer path?
Okay, what's an Explorer path? Okay.
Well, the path system itself is like, think of it as a secondary specialization for your character. Okay, you're a spell slinger, but you could also have a path. Your path choices include scientist, explorer, settler,
right,
and
soldier.
Soldier, thank you, the obvious one. And these allow you to kind of tailor your character to a different play style, and they give you path-exclusive content, quests, challenges, that sort of thing. It's really a lot of fun, just trying them all out and making sure you get the one you want. Sometimes it's really hard to pick.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
Gary, how much playing of the game do you get to do? Whether it's at work or at home, or whether it's for work or for fun, do you guys who are content creators get to do that kind of a thing? Get to be involved in the betas and stuff?
Well, yeah, actually, we do. We do get to play in the beta, and we also have our own play tests that are in house. So, you say they want to test out a new system, or they want to see how many people they can get on at once. Everybody in the studio, is scheduled to participate.
Oh man, I have to play.
You're forced to play. Damn it!
What a horrible job.
There's another question.
So impressive.
I don't want to ignore some of our fans in the chat room. We have a couple questions, and one of them is, and I'm going to just put it from my perspective. Let's just say I am tired of being a sign language interpreter. I think I'm just done with it, which is what I do. So I want to get into. All right, maybe I shouldn't put it from my perspective. Let's say somebody wants to get into writing, content creating. Okay, let's say I wanted to say, dude, I would love to work at Carbine Studios. Like, first, what kind of education should I have? And then let's say, even if I do or don't have that education, what do I do? Like, what do I just contact you, or do I just send an info@carbinestudios.com and say I want to do this? I mean, seriously, like, what if I really want to get this job? What's my best bet?
Well, let me give you the probably the least satisfying answer I can. I'm not exactly your poster boy for getting into games. I mean, I worked on tabletop RPGs for a very long time, and then my Warhammer work kind of squirreled me into Warhammer Online at Mythic Studios, and that's where I got my start in video games, because I thought it would be cool, and it's also about who you know. It helps to go to conventions and meet people and shake their hands and introduce yourself. As far as the experience is concerned, education, there's a lot of folks who come out of college programs, like the Guildhall, who learn how to make games there. But, I don't have a degree in game design, and I never went past high school. So,
okay.
So all that stuff about college and Jay's video was a lie.
Wait a minute. No, that video was totally truth, man. Come on.
Totally true, dude.
Especially the Hulk.
Gary, this is your life.
Gary, Hulk, Gary.
Oh, jeez. So it's pretty much everybody has a different path, that they follow to get to where they want to be. The only suggestion I can make is to don't give up. If this is your dream, seriously pursue it. Fight for it. Yeah, fight for it. There are job listings for just about every game studio out there online.
Mm-hmm.
Carbine has a bunch of jobs open right now. Whether you qualify for them or not, that's typical. It's kind of up to you.
Yeah.
Right, so if I did qualify for them, right? So what you say, like, you still go to cons, right? Even if you're on the West Coast, where do you go to cons, conventions and stuff?
Man, I haven't been to a con since I was back east.
Oh,
good question, Mike.
Somebody else.
Awesome question, Mike.
No, I was trying to hook somebody up because he said go to conventions, get friendly with people.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, Gary's going to be at this convention, so.
All right. PAX East, which is in Boston.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
That's going to be April 11 to 13.
That's a good place.
And we are going to be there. We're going to have lots of devs there. We're going to have lots of people there. Come and see us,
Tell them Gary sent you.
That's right. Gary said I should get a job here.
Tell him Gary was on the MythWits at MythWits.com, and that he sent you to watch MythWits.com and then go to.
Yeah.
No. All kidding aside, but no, Gary's right. I mean, that's how we get most of the guests that we've had on this show so far. Has been contacts that we've made at cons, and you meet. I mean, you go to these cons and people are friendly, and. Especially if you get involved with the con. Now, I'm going to take it one step further from what you're saying, Gary. Not only should you just go to the con, but if you have some talent or some way to be involved in the con, even if it's just volunteering, that gives you more of a connection with people, I think.
Yep.
It also sets you apart from the rabble.
Right.
Yes.
Rabble is probably not the best word.
Right. The dregs of society.
The rank and file.
Pete, I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say this as a general piece of advice, because you and I, we took this piece of advice from ourselves and other people, and we're going to freely give it to everyone else. If you do want to be involved in any type of work or anything, whether it's going to be for a job or for fun or for the love of the game, then just don't be afraid to go up to someone who looks important and say, hi, I like what you do and I'd like to be involved, because that's the only way that you're really going to, get there. If you don't have the balls to do that, then you probably shouldn't get into it. And, I want you to have the balls, is what I'm saying. So
grab the corners, the big brass corners.
Pretty
you
much.
go up there on your tongue.
Hey, this is what I'm saying. Here's an easy example. All right, with this show, me and Adrian, we ever since high school, I've always wanted to be involved in storytelling, whether it's film or games and whatnot. And with this show, what we've done is we fight for it. We fight tooth and nail for it. And our first big break was finally at QuakeCon. Yep. And we finally got to meet devs. I got to talk with devs for ESO. I've talked with devs for the new Wolfenstein. I mean, we've talked with everyone. We've made friends with people just like Interceptor Entertainment for the new Rise of the Triads. We got to hang out with them.
Don't forget Bethesda.
And Bethesda, that's why I mentioned the devs at ESO, because last year was it was all about ESO and Wolfenstein. But then, of course, it's also John Carmack's baby, because it is an id-based con. But like I said, you got to fight for it. Don't be scared for this industry being so competitive. Everyone's got value. You just got to fight for it.
Hey, give me a. You gotta fight for it, man. Come on,
you gotta fight for it.
Why does everyone always want to hear me talk like this? I'm sorry, Sandy. I'll talk to you later, baby.
See, I wanted to hear it in what's his name? Oh,
Christopher Walken.
This is
no,
how
Bill
you
Cosby. Oh yeah.
You gotta fight for it if you really want it.
Now, you see, if you really want a nice career in the video game with the coding and the art, maybe the voices like me, because I get a lot of voices in my head tell me that Jello pudding pops. But like I said, see, I'm just fight for it. I mean, I'm fighting for it every day. I mean,
he's out there hustling.
Oh my God!
I fight for cake every day. Don't worry.
Cake every day, and Adrian gets that cake every day.
Yes, he does.
I mean, because like I said, man. I mean, I wanted to be a game developer, but during the pre-show I was talking with Gary. As soon as I was smart enough to get to calculus, but when I got to calculus, bam, bird on the windshield.
Hey, calculus is a washout class, man. Don't feel bad.
It's sad because
Calc almost did me in, and then Calc 2 finished me off. That was
it.
That,
man,
because I'm an engineer, right? Even though I don't have a degree in engineering, much like Gary, I wound up in my industry through a back door, knowing somebody and having a lot of passion and energy.
You went in a back door?
I went right in the
Back door, baby.
Hey, man. Hey, Gary, you can take your shirt off and get hot. That'll be all right. But no.
You want people to watch this show, don't you?
Yes. So anyway, my point is that I hit Calc 2, and at the same time I hit Dynamics, which is one of the engineering classes, and I was like, oh, that's it, I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, and plus with an industry like video games, there's so many ways to go in. If you like, for me, like let's say for me, I'm a voice actor. Who knows? Maybe 5 years down the line, I voice in like I'm just BSing like the next I don't know WildStar expansion pack. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you.
That's Adrian's job. Hold on, Adrian.
Nah, man. Like I said,
I'm here.
Aren't you gonna ask him if Carbine needs a webmaster?
Hold on, let me turn on the video.
It's like I need to see.
Oh, he's gonna get down on one knee,
like a humble squire.
Oh, it doesn't work. Anyway, you need a webmaster?
That doesn't stop him. That doesn't stop him at all. But
like I said, I get my cake every day.
Of course, you get your cake every day.
All right.
I'll just wrap this up real quick, because like with Pete, he got into his field, and I'm starting into it because of people I know. I mean, I got to meet people at Splash Damage. Like I said, I'm not the best. I mean, like I got to calculus, but it just kicked my ass. Not just once. I took it multiple times, and I just could not get it. And it's sad too, because like, I don't know, I'm decent with working with engines and whatnot, but when it comes to just that mathematics, man.
But you know what's kicking our ass?
What's that?
You know what's kicking our ass? The clock, and we don't have one of these.
Okay.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
All right.
Long story short, fight for it, kids.
All right. So let's get
fight for it.
You want to talk, Gary? Before we get into the mechanics of the game, because the next video that we're going to show, it's a shorter video, but it gets into the mechanics of the game. Is there anything you want to talk about in the content? Like, all right. So you developed some of the content for this. So like in that video we saw, what kind of things did you develop that was in that content?
Oh, in that video?
Yeah.
Sheesh. Okay, I've had my fingers in just about every zone in the game.
Okay.
We don't know about your personal life. We want to know about what's going on in the game.
Come on. All right. Funny. Let Gary talk. Come on.
So after I started at Carbine, they put me on what we call the polish team. Now, if you want to be reviled where you work, ask for the polish team, because you're going in.
Good enough.
You're messing with everybody's babies,
right?
And this makes people understandably upset sometimes. So, but my polish, I guess, talents were more in the writing area. I was looking at quest text and making sure that it was indicative of what the player was supposed to do. I was looking at the dialogue to make sure it had character, to make sure it was unique, to make sure that it flowed, and that it told the player what they wanted to do. And that's kind of what I do. That's kind of my thing.
Right. So it's sort of like, okay. So I'm thinking it's sort of like, you got the engineers who write the software for stuff, but then you've got the interaction guy who says, all right, this software is great, but when I pick this thing up, what button do I hit, and why do I have to ask that? So it's sort of like that. That's what I'm saying. You're polishing everything off. You're like, all right, so I'm looking at what you've done, but from the outside perspective, from the 30,000-foot view, this is not working, that's not working, that kind of thing.
I'm more actually close up, more hands on.
Okay.
Specific quest, specific dialogue, and I'll go through every single quest in a zone.
Okay. One
by one. I'll play through them, make sure that I have the idea of what they want to accomplish, what the mechanics do, and how they work, and then I'll maybe rephrase a thing here, change out a word there, just to make it better. Because we want to ship this thing. We all want to be proud of it.
Right.
And there are lots of good quality people in content who make wonderful content.
Awesome.
They deserve to stand out. Their work just stands out.
So if a character in the game says something, you don't want it to be vague. You want to make sure that it conveys the message, the intent, so the player's not confused. Like, I don't know, he said this thing about a castle, and I couldn't find a castle anywhere, and it was like, oh no, dude, it was a manor. That's right. It's like that's not what it was called. That kind of stuff, right?
There's that. There's also this thing that they've been calling it's like the tweet length dialogue.
Oh, right.
Okay, so I have to fill 140, 150 characters with enough information that the player can understand what they need to do, and at the same time give that dialogue flavor and meaning and a specific voice.
Dude, that's
And
hard.
at a 4th or 5th grade reading level, right?
Let's not go there. Come on.
No, but that's tough, dude. I mean, that's really tough because I know, like, in college when I had to write, because I was in a writing program, when I had to write stuff, the short stuff was the hard stuff to write.
Yeah.
It can be pretty difficult to condense all that down, especially in a quest that's very, let's say, very involved.
Right. Okay.
We've had a few of those.
So I imagine you've had a couple of long nights where you're just like trying to burn through stuff to get it done in time.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, do you wanna talk about mechanics now, or you wanna go into that, or is there anything else?
I'll tell you what I can about the mechanics.
Okay. Well, we have Mike. You wanna cue that video up?
Yeah. Why don't we watch? We'll watch the video on the mechanics, the arenas and battlegrounds.
All right. Give me 1 second here. Let me do that, and then do that. All right, Mike.
Okay, and I'm hitting play now.
B12.
Welcome to WildStar. This is DevSpeak. I think this is pretty clear. Now, we've been a bit coy about PvP in WildStar. We wanted to wait until we could show it for reals. Let's hop in the queue. It's cross-realm. Ooh, let me show you the open world rival system here real quick. Ching. What? He ganked me. I should feel wrong for wanting payback? Now that that's taken care of, we're going to dive right into 2 of WildStar's biggest PvP experiences. Arenas and Battlegrounds. To start with, you can play in either open or rated mode. They'll both reward you with PvP vendor currency, called Prestige. But rated matches give you rating-specific rewards and allow for true ELO matchmaking. ELO is a measure of your strength, calculated from your performance in rated PvP. Now I think we can all agree, good PvP isn't about raffle-stomping your competition. That's why, unless you're level capped, we normalize levels and gear stats. So these guys don't get paired up with these guys. Balanced matches let you focus on what's really important. Skill. In other words, the telegraph system. Simply put, you physically aim your abilities. Enemies aim their attacks as well, forcing you to react and avoid. Now see it in full speed. Telegraphs were made for PvP. Because of them, combat is fast-paced, crazy reactive, and straight-up fun. And it works very interestingly in our maps. We've also put a little twist on our match types, like giving arena teams a shared pool of respawns, or battleground adjustments like multiple capture objectives and secondary control points. Basically, we're big fans of PvP, be it a casual way to blow off steam or a serious competition. Wait a second, he's still here? Clown move, bro. That's all the murder we can show for now. But check out our site for more info and hunt us down on social media. The devs are listening. Don't forget to subscribe.
All right, I'm calling it.
Okay.
So, here is I have one question, and I already know the answer to this. I'm asking this for the poor, tortured soul who doesn't know the answer to this. This game is only available on a desktop or laptop type PC, is I'm assuming Windows version, correct?
Correct.
So, in a follow-up question for the tortured soul like myself, why won't you put it out for PS3? I'm sorry. Yes.
You really want to know?
Yes. Well, I think I do.
Okay. We're not putting it on PS3 because we knew you wanted us to.
Boom!
Damn it!
Boom! No,
Truth
but
hurts.
that's a whole, dude. That's a whole programming thing. I mean, right? That's got to be. And there's
Yeah,
rights,
that's
there's
way above me.
licensing, and there's
Yeah.
dude. That's a big, humongous can of worms.
Holding the commands alone would be a nightmare. I'm really curious to see what Bethesda's going to do with ESO.
All right, so look, let's get down to what they talked about in the video. So what is rated?
Rated?
Yes.
Well, they rate you based on your performance and how well you can, how well you've done before. Rating.
Rated.
Are you thinking about rating?
I thought there was raid and prestige. Sorry, it's rating. Sorry. Okay, so when they rate you, that's when you fight against someone else
who's equally matched.
Okay.
Or within the ballpark.
Okay, so if I'm a new, or let's say I'm a new guy, I'm a newbie, and I just been playing like a week, and I go up against Brian, right? And Brian is just gonna tear the crap out of me because his character is all buffed up and whatever, he's experienced and stuff, built up his character. Is that what it does? It equals it out so that he doesn't just like crush me like an ant.
Yeah, it kind of levels the playing
field.
It scales your abilities up a little bit so that you can compete with him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the way it does that is through this telescoping, from what I'm seeing, which is
telegraph.
I say telegraph. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Telegraphs are actually a completely different thing than your rating and scaling of.
Okay. I was thinking that if you weren't as good a player, you had maybe a better chance to hit based on your.
No.
Telegraphing, if I may. Telegraphing is essentially like a visual cue for whenever most of the time, especially with NPCs and characters, whenever a big attack is about to happen, there will be a little cue, which is that telegraph. It could be an AoE or a circle or a cone,
right.
Which is why WildStar has like double tapping your keys to dodge. It's just a cue to say, "Hey, get out of the way, or your ass is grass, and you're going to be sad."
Now, I noticed one of the things I noticed in the telegraphing portion of it. They had some of them were wider and thinner. Was that just the weapon, or does your skill affect any of that? Like, if your character is higher skilled, does he get a wider range he can shoot in, or is that just the ability or the weapon he was using?
It's just they're based on the abilities.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's somewhat like a template system it's
Gotcha.
all based on the abilities.
So if he's using a shotgun, it's gonna be like a wide thing. If he's using like a laser beam, it's a tight little thing and whatever.
Yeah, but like in the video said, you can actually aim your abilities,
right?
Which makes the combat a lot more dynamic.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, what is the one thing I saw where it was talking about having carrying more gear makes you? Was it moving slower or?
Oh well, gear is a big part of your progression. So not only are you going up in levels, you're collecting more and more awesome gear that makes your abilities better, or empowers you.
Gear is only going to be an enhancement. It can never detract from your ability because you have too much of it. Or do you have to do any kind of gear balancing in this? Is that part of the mechanics?
What video were you watching?
Let Gary answer the question, Peter.
Just wondering if you and I were watching the same video.
Well, obviously, you can optimize your character for different roles. Spell slingers, they can be healers, or they can be DPS. You know what DPS means, Mike?
I think that
Deep
means
penetrating
something,
syndrome.
a different thing, and yeah.
Damage per second.
Yeah, I knew that.
Oh, shut up, Pete.
No, I had no clue.
Look, I'll take the bullet, but it's going through me and hitting you too, buddy.
Mm-hmm. This is not my bailiwick, as it were.
Right.
All right. So okay, cool. So and then you had this thing called ELO.
Did you watch the video?
I did. I was taking notes. I mean, they were throwing out all these terms. I watched this video before, and I was like, I'm getting lost. I'm getting weeded in all these terms, and they're probably acronyms. And
these are important,
right? But I was like,
it's not dice,
it means something. So what was that, by the way?
Tell me more about this electric light orchestra right. you talked about in the video. What is that all about?
What's this ELO?
Honest answer?
Yes.
I'm not really sure. That's more of a systems thing.
Okay.
I don't know how to calculate it. I don't know what the mathematics are.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a content guy.
I got you. And then there was something called response.
Response?
Right at the very end. Okay, I don't know.
All right. Why don't I just take the ball from you?
Good. Okay.
All right.
Hey, Brian.
The ball will be in my court.
Hey, Brian, why don't you ask some questions about this video?
Go ahead, Big Bri. Why don't you ask a question or two, Brian?
Okay, so obviously you've done a lot of the questing and stuff like that. I never really got too far into the game because you guys usually did it on a beta weekend system, if I recall.
That's 48 hours, you know.
Yeah.
You have no excuses.
Loser. It's like, do you know how far I can get in? I can get to end game in 48 hours. Speaking of which, were you able to kind of mess with some of the upcoming end game content? You don't have to give us a lot of detail, but like maybe some of the raids coming up, because I know the housing will, if I remember from one of the earlier videos, if you can get like a portal to go to certain raids. Am I wrong, or?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I didn't actually do much work on raids. Some of the dungeons and stuff I did dialogue and such for.
Right.
But the raids, that's mostly the combat people, and they do very good work.
Yeah, because like you said, when you mentioned with dungeons, you did a dialogue. You did some of the dialogue. I was actually curious because depending on the boss, if it's even humanoid or anything, that you might have had a hand at the dialogue in the end game content. But like I said, so I'm trying to see. Now I need a content.
It's not so easy. The ball is in the other hand.
No.
Huh?
I need a content designer to paraphrase this question. So I need paraphrasing this time. So when you started out, and obviously you were doing a lot of the publishing work, why don't you share with us what was like one of the most difficult things you've had to deal with during your time with Carbine? Like, just what was that story, that thing where you just, there's a reason you smoke that e-cig now.
Oh, jeez, Brian, his kids are gonna watch this someday.
Jeez, Brian.
It's not illegal.
No,
it's not illegal.
Yet.
Oh.
It's about deadlines. It's about getting things done on time into a high quality bar. You don't want anything going out that you're not proud of, right?
Of course.
There are ups and downs. Like I said, it is a job. We do work, and not everybody gets along. We all have our opinions.
Yeah.
But we all work together. This is all a team effort. You want a specific story about
just
the trials and tribulations?
The trials and tribulations. I mean, it's not something, if you can't really, it's not a big deal because.
Well, no. Okay, consider this: a team works on a zone, and they work on that zone for a month or two, and they get it to where it's supposed to be. But then sometimes we get feedback, and we have to go back into that zone and redesign it from the ground up.
Ooh.
And that's very rare, but it does happen sometimes.
Of course.
Whether it's player feedback or feedback from on high, that does happen, and sometimes that can get very frustrating when you've put your heart and soul into something, and then you're told we need to change this.
Kill your babies.
Right. Okay.
No, that's a writing term. You have to kill. You have to kill.
There are no sacred cows.
Right.
Nope. So, a bit of a PvP question. How many arenas and battlegrounds have you guys kind of are aiming for launch when it comes to so players can get a good amount of variety as they level up to the max level?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Brian, have you watched this video before? He is
a content.
He's a content guy.
All right, so hold on. Of the stuff you can talk of, what is the coolest thing, your favorite content development thing that you've done? Like, what is the thing where you're just like, at the end of it, you're just like, oh yeah, I did that. That is badass.
Oh, some of the ship hand missions were a lot of fun.
Okay.
I don't know. Did Brian? Did you do any ship hands when you were?
These hands.
Sorry. I believe I actually did some. I know at least I did one on my spell slinger during.
Do you remember what it was about?
Oh my god.
How does it feel? Not good one, Gary. Now you stuck it back to him, right?
Yeah, it's like a game of tennis. It's a game of fumble tennis.
All right, so tell me about the ship hand. Like, what did you like about that? What did you think was?
Well, ship hands are these missions that take you off of Nexus for a little while, and while not getting into specifics of it, you're looking at specific mechanics and specific stories, and you're telling them in a way that is fun. I had lots of fun working on those things. I wish I could tell you the details but you're gonna have to play them for yourself and find out.
Right.
Well, I can't, Gary, because my PC wouldn't be able to play this game.
So
well, maybe you should save up whatever you have left over from your child support.
Oh, there's nothing left. So no, but in seriousness, so anyone who listen to this who's like thinking, yeah, I'd like to play WildStar, I think I'm gonna do that. The ship hand missions, definitely want to get into those because Gary is kind of hinting to the fact that they've got some really cool stuff in them.
They're fun, They're fun little self-contained things.
Oh yeah.
And there's a lot of that in WildStar. A lot of these fun little self-contained things.
So
I'm particularly excited about.
Is that a single player type of thing? Like if I got online, and I didn't have any, I'm a loser. And well, not to say that people are losers because they can't get online with people.
You want to get online and you're a loser.
Right. Let's say I am a loser, a gaming loser, and I get online and I don't have any buddies to play with that night, or I'm like Brian and I can only play on like a Wednesday night at 3.
Wait, I thought we were all losers together. What happened to that?
We kind of are. But let's say I'm doing a mission. I can do that mission by myself.
Yeah, they scale.
Okay.
They scale, so you can do it by yourself. You can do it with a bunch of people.
Okay.
It's totally up to you and how much of a loser you are.
Right. Not to insult any of our fans, because none of you guys are losers. You're all winners in my book. Even if you're in the basement, like we said earlier before the show started, Mom, leave me alone. I'm podcasting.
Yes, right.
Get out of my room, Mom.
All right. So, WildStar is on sale right now for pre-order.
Yeah.
When is it due out? When is it due out?
It's due out on June the 3rd.
June.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm just curious. It's at a modest, very standard sort of a rate that I would say most PS3 games would start at, which would be $60. So I think that would be fair to, a fair price. And I do also see that there is a premium deluxe extra special gold edition, which is the $74.99. And what do we get for that? What kind of goodnesses are included in that box?
Wu-Tang will come to your house and play with you. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, there's actually a lot of pre-order bonuses to this stuff. So, like, if you pre-order, you get, I think, a rocket house. It's like a house that looks like a rocket.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at it right now online, and it is pretty cool looking, actually.
There's like a mini ship housing trophy that gives you experience points when you're resting in your house.
You mean you're gonna get points for resting?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
That's my game right there.
They're the slackerati.
The actual, we do still have the beta going on weekends. So if you do pre-order, you get access to the beta up until we ship, and then you get 3 extra days when we do ship, where you can get a head start on all those folks who didn't pre-order.
Nice, awesome. And Brian, you've already bought yours, right?
I'm actually going to grab it on payday this week.
So
Excellent.
excellent. Excellent. So
there's a reason I got this lovely new tower that's out of view of this camera.
And we're looking at some point to either do some gaming videos for MythWits or start another gaming channel out of this as we may expand. I don't want to make any promises yet, but I could see this being one of the games we play. So you could keep an eye here.
Maybe we should start a MythWits guild.
Yeah. Hey. Oh, I like that.
I have a great idea. I have a really cool idea. I think that maybe this could be some sort of Gary, this could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Oh boy, here comes the pitch.
Oh no.
Hey, wait a minute, Gary, get
a lot out of this.
Get ready. Okay? He's about to cover you in butter.
Oh, easy. No, that's after we stop the stream, buddy.
Okay.
So listen, it would be cool if we could have some sort of maybe. I'm not even going to say it's sponsored per se, but it's like we would maybe once a week or whenever you guys want to give us some information. Maybe we could during our show leak or just announce some really cool information regarding, or maybe just playing tips, things that are like ultra difficult, and some clues and things that we could give out as far as playing the game. Hey, if you play this and you're in this kind of a area in the game, X, Y, and Z would be a good thing to do, or playing tips. You know what I'm talking about, like player tips and
just a tip.
Strategy guide and stuff like that. we could do that, and in turn, you guys could just, like always announce, hey, if you want to get some playing tips, you guys could go into the MythWits. They always announce some good stuff.
That's probably something you'd want to talk to with our community people about, huh?
Yeah, I do. What would say if someone like me wanted to do that? Where would? No, I'm just kidding. We'll work something like that. We'll work it out.
Like I said, I was talking with some of the guys off camera that we were going to try and expand the show to do a game stream that I would be hosting. I'm trying to find a good time of the week for me to do maybe about a 3-hour stream once a week. And I was actually thinking WildStar would be the first game we do, because I want to try and time it just right. That way I have everything set up, and I mean, June seems perfect for me anyways.
Yeah, it gives you enough time we can build graphics and intro and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Well, it's not just that, but outside of the show, a lot of us have stuff to do, especially since I have a lot of acting classes to take and work and whatnot.
Yes, I have a lot of stuff to do.
School. Look where we all got without school.
Right. I mean, you act like we have to sleep and stuff. I don't do that. I gave up on sleep years ago.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, you have a IV stand right off camera for you. Keep you hydrated.
Yeah.
What is sleep? What the heck is that?
Oh yeah, I forgot, Adrian. You're half machine.
Right.
Adrian, it's the thing you're usually doing when we need you for the website.
All right. So, hey, in the interest of time,
I was getting ready to say.
Okay, so let's wrap this baby up. Gary, is there anything that we have not asked you or that you want to talk about before we move on to the next segment of the show? I mean, I'll let you. We're gonna plug away on all your links and stuff, but beyond that, is there anything else that you want to mention?
No, I mean, it's just I don't know. I feel kind of like an idiot.
Why?
Because
great.
I really.
Welcome to the party.
You are a king among idiots.
Welcome to our kingdom.
Bow down.
We shall.
Is this in the land of the idiot? The idiot with the cool job is king.
There you go. We shall follow you into desolation.
Yep, thumbs it up.
I don't really have anything else to add. I think.
All right. So
if you're on the fence about WildStar, give it a shot.
But I also would say that Gary is freelance.
Yes, and I am freelance.
He's available for projects, RPG projects.
As long as they don't compete with WildStar.
Of course not. No, of course not. So you can reach. Can we give out your Gmail?
Oh God!
Or should I just give it? No. Stop.
Let's do the blog. Let's try the blog.
Let's just do it this way. All right. So you can reach Gary at GaryAstleford.com. That's GaryAstleford.com. And do you have a contact me button there?
Yes.
Yeah, you can email me there.
That's how you get a hold of Gary. All right, he also has a blog, neurosuction, neurosuction.blogspot.com. We'll have all the links at the website and on the YouTube video down below. So if you're watching this, look here. Wait a minute. Let me do this. If you're watching this video right now, look down here. It's right down. See? Scroll down. Right there. There.
I don't see it.
Okay. He also Gary's done some stuff with fantasyflightgames.com. There's gave me a link for edgenews.asp blah blah blah. I'll include that in the link as well. No, I was starting to read it and it just keeps going. So I'll put that in as a link.
Is that BLA or BLA?
Yeah. Just go to the thing. So he's also on you want me to give him out your Facebook?
I'm sure. I mean, okay. I guess.
You can find him on Facebook at facebook.com, Gary.Astleford. He's also got Twitter, and he's got a G+.
I friended him, so should you.
He's got a LinkedIn. He's in all those places, all the communities. So, yeah. Gary writes good stuff.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. Actually, I am.
Thank you very much.
Brian seems to think WildStar is something that's going to maybe, evidently it'll be big.
Dude, if you're writing content for WildStar, and I've seen like the stuff I've seen, and you have
hold on. He said it's going to be big. It's already big.
I wouldn't know. I can't play it because I don't.
Well, let me say I can't take all the credit for WildStar. Obviously,
No.
But I'm a very small cog in a very big machine. There are a lot of people out there who deserve credit.
Yeah,
yeah, but they're not here.
They're not on the show. You are right, exactly.
like me.
Look, I'm trying to be humble here.
Hey, you know what?
Hashtag humble brag.
Hey, you know what? If they want credit, they can come on the show.
Yeah.
Double dare you.
MythWits.com.
Maybe join the live stream coming up in the future.
There you go. All right.
Come at me, bro.
All right, that's it. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so Gary, do you want to stick around with us and play a game?
Maybe for a little while. Then
Okay.
I gotta get my kids to bed.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, I understand that. All right, so Mike, how long will this game take?
Couple minutes. It shouldn't be too long. It's going to be pretty much, question after question. I think we're going to play to 5.
Okay, so Gary, why don't you stick with us for the game, and then you can bag out, and we'll do the news.
All right, this is my idea, Pete. Now, after that, I want you to explain, the rules as best. I have my idea for this, but I'm going to pair up Pete with Adrian, and I'm going to pair Gary with
Brian.
Brian.
Okay.
Okay. So, my idea for this, though, you're going to be in teams for Cuba Death, but I want you guys to each team pick a barnyard animal, okay, and whoever thinks they know the answer will just blurt it out, and I will call who I heard first. All right?
Huh?
Moo.
Why do
I
we
win.
have to, wait a minute. Oh, so we have to pick out a barn. So in other words, if I pick cow, I have to go moo.
Right. So by the moos and the bucks and the chickens. Okay.
Well, I want to be chicken.
Seriously.
No. We're chicken.
All right. That's true. Pete gets chicken.
How
That's
about
Okay. So
A lamb. A humble lamb.
the chickens and the
lamb.
let's say sheep.
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 Yeah,
chicken versus
sheep.
sheep. Okay, hold on. Let me do this.
Sheep.
Let me do that.
Why are we the chicken?
Chicken.
Why
Because you guys are cocky.
I have
Everyone always wants to be Mr. Black, and Pete always wants to be Mr. Chicken.
I have a thing for chickens.
And yes, it's what it sounds like, folks.
I wanted to start a punk band years ago called Slam Chicken.
What do you mean you wanted to? We did have a band
No,
called
it wasn't
Slam
really a band. See,
Chicken. Hey, I had a T-shirt. I had a T-shirt. Damn it.
We would actually had to have made music.
What do you mean? You're shocking me was like our #1 hit.
The other song was.
Wait.
What? Let's just do the game.
I thought. Okay.
All right, so Mike, you're going to ask us questions, and we're going to try and blurt out the answers.
Yes.
Now,
Well,
do we get
no,
a negative? Do we get a negative point if we get it wrong?
I don't have enough questions for that, so there'll just be a chance for the other team to steal. That'll be your negative. Okay.
I got it. Okay.
So I will basically ask the question, and actually, I'll read the question, but you may not. How are we going to do this?
You're supposed to think all this stuff out before the show, dude.
Yeah, you didn't think this out before?
Well,
You're supposed to have all this ready.
We are
unprofessional.
You may not blurt out. You may not barnyard out your animal until I have finished reading the question. Okay.
All right. So go ahead.
No.
Read your first question.
Here we go. Hold on now, because don't you want me to? I have the doc prepared. Don't you want to?
Do it.
All right.
We're set. We're good.
Let me do it. God. I'm doing it.
Doc at me, bro.
I'm gonna do it.
Do it. Hey, why don't you put the doc up? Oh, there we go. Cube of Death.
Let me do it. And this. All right. Here we go.
Top quality content, ladies and gentlemen.
#1. In the card game Magic the Gathering, what are known as the big 3 blue cards in the early days?
Oh, crap.
Come on, I put this in for you, Adrian.
Oh, shoot.
So we're in the realm of legacy, huh?
Yeah.
Ay.
Okay.
All right, so that's a big nobody. All right,
That's
next
a
one.
big nobody. The answer was Time Walk, Time Twister, and Ancestral Recall. That's nice. All right. Next question. On the board game Risk, how many armies is Africa worth? Chicken.
3.
3. And the answer is 3.
We won. Woohoo!
And that means that the chickens have 1 point.
The chickens have left the roost.
Numero 20. 30.
3-0. Right.
All right. Who is the main antagonist in Donkey Kong Jr.?
I'm going to say it's going to be Mario.
The main antagonist in Donkey Kong Jr. is Mario.
Booyah!
I knew it.
Well, if you know, you can
bark
like a
bark.
sheep. Oh no! He's a that's right.
I'm a follower. I'm a follower, not a.
Brian, is your mic working?
Hey, hello, Brian. Hello, Brian. Is this thing on? Brian?
I was hoping Brian would take the lead on that one. But...
Fair enough.
All right.
Let's keep on rolling.
Next question. What is the sequel to Rockstar Games' Red Dead Revolver?
Nah.
Sheep.
Red Dead Redemption.
All right. The answer is correct at Red Dead Redemption. Now you get a double damage question.
Oh, you bastards.
More points. What is the name of the protagonist in Red Dead Redemption?
You want the whole name?
Or just his first name?
Mike, that would work.
The first name would work, evidently.
Well, how about you say the first name and I say the last name?
Oh,
wow.
Do that. Because I would have to scroll up to read it. I don't know what it is.
That's awesome.
Oh, the hell with it. Bah!
Take it away, Gary.
Well, no, you say the first name and I'll say the last
Oh my god. Alright. Let's see.
Okay, fine. John Marston. Happy?
Thank you.
There you
Yeah,
go.
you're
John Marston. Okay. So, Pete, that's just a second point. That's not
extra
another.
point,
That's
yep.
not 2 more points.
Nope, it's another point.
Okay. All right. So, hey, now the score is actually sheep to chicken 2.
All
You
right.
spelled the last name right. Or rather wrong, Mike.
Well, that was a copy paste, so
That means I spelled it wrong.
Yay, Pete!
And there's no cheating in this because there's like 250 some questions. I can't remember any of them.
Hey, well, how do you spell Marston? I'll go back and change the doc.
No idea.
Marston.
Oh, it's not Marstron. Oh,
No, it's Marston. Marston.
Oh, isn't that look at that?
yeah. Okay.
I could have told you that
All
was
right,
wrong.
just go. Next question. Come on.
All right, next one. What are the American nicknames of the 4 ghosts in Pac-Man? I'm gonna say that was a sheep. Nope.
Man.
Sheep moan.
Was that sheep?
Yeah.
Okay, so Adrian, you're sheep now?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Quit making me cheat.
No, I'm sorry. Chickens.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's Inky, Blinky, Dinky, and Clyde.
And because it's you and you wrote the question, I'm only giving you. I was gonna give 2 points, but I'm only giving 1 point for it because 1 point per answer. But
how rude!
Yeah, it's called a curve.
It's wait. He said
I got
dinky.
it wrong. I got it wrong.
No,
dude.
you got it
I got it
wrong.
wrong.
Oh.
You got to get them all right. I said Dinky instead of Pinky. See?
Oh, dummy.
You're giving yourself a handicap.
What do you, dude? It's the way the game works. I would do this to you in a convention. I would be like, nope.
I need to hear more sheep out in the audience there. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, here we go. Next
do you have a
question.
tiebreaker? Oh, good. Okay.
What game has a spinner for left foot? Right foot, left foot. Okay,
Go ahead.
That would be Twister.
That is correct.
That's one of my favorite games to play with Pete.
Oh,
right.
Me, you, and Jay Libby, baby.
Oh yeah.
Twister. I hardly knew her. All right. And in first edition AD&D, what is the maximum charisma for a half-orc character?
Darn it.
12?
Yes. 12? Yes.
Oh shit! I used to play a lot of half orcs.
All right, so it's 3-3. Oh,
You are a half orc.
Typecasting.
It's just, oh,
Hey,
come on. Seriously,
hey.
you guys couldn't win by now.
Okay.
Hey, Pete, we're doing good. We're doing good.
Yeah, we.
All right.
Who's we?
All right.
He's your personal cheerleader.
Go.
Do you have one more, Mike?
Not quite. I thought 7 would get it.
All right, we're all winners. Yay!
It's a tie score. Shit.
That's awesome. We all win. Okay, sounds good to me.
It's like it's like contests for kids these days in America. Everyone gets a trophy.
Yeah, there you go. It's like outcome-based education, right?
Oh God.
All right, enough of that nonsensical stuff. So, I want to thank Gary for coming on the show. You've been a real pleasure. You really have. I know you're like, oh man, I don't know. You've been great. It's been awesome. And you're welcome to come back anytime. Anytime you guys have an update or you want to announce anything, don't forget, once a guest, always a guest. If you have anything you want to promote, has nothing to do with video game, it can be anything that is content related, I guess. I mean, I don't want you to like say, hey, could you tell them I just took a nice big dump and it came out really great. But if I don't know, if you're like doing something like this secret project you got coming up, when you're ready to release that and you can talk about it, we'd be a great venue to dump that out for you. Speaking of dumps,
I will remember you.
Okay, I'm sure.
Remember us.
I'm sure you will. And if you ever forget, you can always go back to the video, Jay's video.
Yeah, you'll always have that.
You'll always
Yeah,
have.
apparently so will the internet.
Unfortunately, for good or ill. No, I have to thank Jay. He does these videos for us. They're funny. I mean, they're so stupidly, campily funny. I
bet the guys at Carbine are gonna love it.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. They're gonna be like, "What show did you go on?"
Yeah, assuming they even watched.
Like, what the hell was that?
How did imagine?
But I think, hey, we pimped them good enough. I think it's a fair trade.
That's right.
So, all right, Gary. Well, thanks for coming on. Everybody, check out Gary Astleford. Make sure you, and if you're a game designer or you have any kind of game design things going on, like let's say, for example, maybe a Kickstarter or something you want to launch, and you need someone to help you develop some of that stuff. Our man Gary here is for hire, as long as it doesn't compete with anything he's doing with Carbine.
Correct.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Gary. We'll let you we'll let you return back to normal life at this point and stop
to your mundane superhero life of writing video games. We'll just
having fun with your family and
yeah.
Keep in touch, Gary.
Absolutely.
Oh, don't worry, I will.
Okay.
See you later, guys.
All right. Thanks a lot, Gary.
Thank you very much.
All right, so Brian, dun dun dun, it's the news.
Alrighty, let's see here. Which one should I start with?
Are you going to be sharing screens and stuff like that?
Well, I actually have some videos on the pipeline for us.
Okay.
Well, all right, Sharon, let's go.
The first one should be with the supposed new wave of weapon-based fighting championships. It's like going to be the new sport because they came up with this new armor system. It's sort of like fencing on steroids. It's these special suits that have about 52 sensors and pressure points, and they use specialized weapons. It's like Batman almost. I mean, let's just watch the video to introduce. It should be the one right after. Yeah, UWM Unveiled.
Okay.
It's really interesting.
All right, let her roll.
Sexy so far.
For those on audio, there's a guy doing karate stuff in a dark room.
It's essentially a sports montage for fighting.
Yeah, he's wrapping his wrists now. Dun, 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 dun.
Wet drip off his nose. Oh, what was that?
A lot of grunting. Is this people fighting or having sex?
Gee, I don't know. The weapons on the rack elude me.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit, here comes Batman.
Men are fighting with sticks.
Oh no, it's armored dudes fighting with sticks.
It's
Like in
the
full
Ninja
contact.
Turtle. It's a Ninja Turtle of crap.
And so there's a computer that's reading all these numbers. So that must be like how hard they're getting hit and stuff.
Essentially, pretty much what it is supposed to be the next big sport. Because, MMA is taking a big domination in the sports market right now.
Alright, hold on a minute. Alright, so Brian, what was that again?
Hold up.
No, go ahead.
God, always let the video finish, man.
Okay, sorry. Alright, so go ahead. What was
All right. So the UWM, the Unified Weapons Masters, they've essentially come out with these new high-tech armor suits that actually register pressure for blows. I mean, these things are supposed to be very lightweight, very flexible, and those rods they were using, those are like actual like practice katanas. Essentially, they are solid. So these things can take a lot of punishment. You won't be like a football player without padding his helmet. You won't be fucked up in the head when you get punched in the face.
Right.
So it's something I saw that was really interesting. It comes with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity for a score system. Just like with fencing, they have the vests where whenever the rapier would hit a point, it would mark it and send a signal to the scoreboard.
Okay.
It's essentially very sophisticated. The new, it's like the MMA of weapon fighting.
Gotcha.
Because I was just literally doing some research, and it's really interesting. I mean, there was let me just go to screen share real quick.
All right, hold on. You're gonna screen share? Give me 1 second.
Let me guess. A, this is going to be super expensive, and B, just like everything else in my life, I'm not going to be able to get this for my PS3, correct?
Yeah.
God damn it.
I'm not even going to sugarcoat it, but anyways, here's just some of the stills they've done for demo testing. A better look at the armor. I mean, that dude is taking a full-blown bow staff to the head and won't even bat an eyelash at it.
Huh.
So these suits are meant to take a lot of punishment and also be flexible and highly mobile. So it's just something that might be something we'll see on ESPN maybe in the future if it picks up.
That would be awesome.
Almost like crap. What is that movie? What was it? Shit. Was it Rollerball? That movie was really crazy extreme sports.
Yeah.
This could be something similar to that. I mean, it's interesting because this was something I just saw when I was looking for other parts for the news segment tonight, and I don't know. It's kind of cool. What do you guys think?
I think it's badass.
Pete, do you know what this is?
Hold on. Hold my coat. Hold my coat. I got this.
What?
What is he doing?
I don't know. Hold my coke. I got this. I'm gonna join a sport.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Oh, right.
Sadly, there's no mechanized division for this sport.
Hey, no mechanized
Or
division.
munchkinized.
Oh man.
Hey, there's no mechanized division yet.
So
That's true.
So let me guess. Do you have to buy this suit?
Well, the way I see it, because this is something that might be implemented in something like the UFC. I mean, they're definitely looking at it. This is literally just something brand new. Like, hey, this is something we came up with. I mean, because it's funny because the company, the Unified Weapon Masters, they're Australian based, so it's actually going to be interesting to see something less. Because again, this is just something that. This is a pitch. I mean, they have a product. They have prototypes. It works. Now it's just a matter of time of going through the legalities and, of course, finding sponsorships. I mean, it looks interesting. I kind of figured I'd change up the news a little bit with something that's both a mixture of engineerical science and just, testosterone-fueled violence.
Oh, bravo, Mr. Overa. Very good.
You did that.
Pete, do you know what this is?
I don't know.
This is Backyard Barbarians for the 21st century.
Yes, it
Holy
is.
shit, dude.
This is full contact bat LARPing.
Yeah.
Gotham LARPing.
Gotham LARPing. It's superhero
Backyard
LARPing.
Barbarians sounds so much better than Bat LARP. Okay, first of all. And second of all, I have a challenge.
What?
I have a challenge. Okay, Pete and I are going to do the voiceover for we're going to right now recreate this video, and Brian, you are going to voice just the music, all right? And we're going to come up to the same kind of crescendo just for a few seconds of this. We're going to try this, okay?
Wait, whoa.
Okay, Brian, you're going to be the music the way that the most adventurous, okay? And Pete,
what?
You and I, we're going to start this right now. Pete, you and I are going to mimic the fighters.
I was going to say, you do know it's like 10:20 on my time. I don't know.
Yeah. Hurry up, okay? Really quickly. Here we go.
All right. Let me play it and I'll mute the video.
No, there's no muting the video.
No. You just play. You do the music. Your mouth.
You do the music right now.
What? Oh, fine.
Very good. That's it. I just wanted to see if we could recreate that.
You okay, Peter?
All right, sorry. Go ahead. Next item.
All right, next item. Now this one's actually interesting here. This is actually the video is going to be up in a minute. There's a sushi chef who was able to actually make sushi small enough to fit on a single grain of rice.
Huh. Okay.
Now, are you watching his screen share?
Yes.
Yeah,
Is this whole thing being enhanced by Neil deGrasse Tyson just talking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Next to it? Okay.
I'm essentially dubbing Neil deGrasse Tyson right now.
You see, the sushi.
It's made on a grain of rice. It's so small it's like the dandruff on the back of my head right there. See it?
I'm going to the sushi ship of the imagination.
All right, so
wait a minute, video. Okay.
Yeah, should be the next one.
And
so
action.
All right, let her roll.
Come on.
Coming soon. Okay.
It is often said it is the little things in life that give pleasure.
That's what I told her.
For Hironori Ikeno and his restaurant patrons in the old Tokyo district Nohachi, it's these really
Where's my tinfoil hat?
pieces of sushi. More like a scientist than a sushi chef, he has been crafting these itty-bitty edibles for over a decade, using just 1 grain of rice.
I actually started the whole thing from a joke with a customer whom I served a minuscule sushi to.
Of course, it always starts with a joke.
How tiny could I make it?
Each piece takes 5 minutes to create versus 1 minute for its larger cousin. Despite their diminutive size, these sushi minis still pack a lot of flavor, says regular customer Hisako Okamoto.
The white flesh fish had grated Japanese radish and chili, which gave it that spicy kick. Each grain of rice actually had quite a distinct taste.
Hey, that's my kind of girl. She is
Akino
satisfied with
usually
something
makes
that's
the
small.
miniature pieces for only children, couples, and foreigners who might want to order some regular sushi or risk going home a bit hungry.
So that was just another fun gag. Okay.
Oh, what's on fire?
Gag. All right.
Oh God.
So before we play this video, all right. Here's the backstory. Obviously, you can tell from the title. So it was about this couple who got into a bit of a heated argument when this woman wanted to get a McFlurry from McDonald's, and I guess the guy didn't. I guess he was just being a cheap ass, and I guess it just escalated to the point where she lit her boyfriend's car on fire.
I would do that for a McFlurry.
God, you're like the third person who said that.
McFlurries are awesome, dude. I mean, like Oreo McFlurry. Are we talking Oreo McFlurry?
I don't know, but hell,
Maybe
M&M's.
Oreo, you're right.
Yeah,
I don't
the
know.
Oreo ones are pretty damn good. I'd set a car on fire for one of those.
But that better not have been a DeLorean. or
Anyway,
I'll
so
just-
let it roll. Let it roll.
All right, let's just let the gag roll go.
Oh my god, it's car's on fire.
They didn't even get that far from the McDonald's too. That's the sad part. So
you guys, so the guys on the audio podcast, there's a car literally like in flames, and now they're putting it out.
pretty much. So this obviously, it's funny because it happened in Florida, but then again, crazy crap like this always happens in Florida.
It's like, I'll burn your car down, bitch.
So, like, it was just really, oh my god, it just blew my mind. I'm like,
so let me get this straight. The guy wouldn't buy his bitch a McFlurry, and
whoa,
she said
now,
his
hold on,
Ryan,
this is
get
Florida.
Get off a screen share.
All right, I was
Okay.
actually. Well,
Oh, you got another one? I'm sorry, you got another one?
No. It was the manuscript for the article, courtesy of Geekology, but
sorry,
I'll just do it here. So pretty much, like after the argument, she left, and she somehow got a bottle of gasoline, poured it all over the interior of the car, and just lit a match and threw it like that. Just like, oh, you're not gonna give me that Oreo McFlurry? Fine.
Woof.
No, that's your fault. If you are with a bitch too crazy that she's gonna let your car on fire, then you have issues yourself. I'm sorry, you shouldn't have been with the bitch in the first place.
Hold on. At least she got her point straight.
Bad dog.
I don't get it.
Okay, next.
All right. So the next one I do have to screen share.
All right.
It's a neat little thing I saw. It's a smartphone holder. Let me just pull it up here. It's a special smartphone holder made out of just small little bits and bobs, small screws, staples, and it's a little mech that holds your phone.
That's fucking awesome. I want one.
It's actually courtesy of a Etsy shop, the Mech World Etsy shop. $90.
Okay, I don't want one. That's too much. And we still got Neil deGrasse Tyson. It's a mech, you see. The mech is on the back of my neck.
The price of this homemade crap is too damn high.
Wait a minute. Can I get? Does that mean that I have to have a Mega Mech for my Note 3 though? I mean, come on.
Well, I believe what it is it's usually made of some small stuff, like some small hardware, door hinges, and stuff like that. If I recall, because I went to the Etsy store, I think they have a variety of different kinds, like for different sizes of phones.
Right.
So it might. I think that's why it's $90. Because I might be wrong. I have to look at the Etsy store again, but I believe they actually make it almost like make to order.
Etsy means handmade, man. That's the new word for handmade.
Etsy. This was Etsy, man, or IKEA'd.
Right. All right, guys. I think it's time we pull the plug on this thing. We had another bit, but we've gone too long. I think we're going to skip over that one, Mike.
One last thing. I'm going to end it with
I'm sorry.
this lovely picture.
Yes.
It is a sequoia tree that is 3,200 years old.
Wait a minute, that's a little dude down. Hold on, go back down.
Yeah, that's to
a
scale.
human being.
That is a human being, a
Holy
6-foot-tall human being.
shit.
That is a 3,000-plus-year-old tree.
Wow.
I don't know. It could be
It
like a
was
toothpick
in
with some
California.
artwork on it, and that's just like a tiny little grain of rice, though. I mean, come on, we've been fooled before.
Nope. This sucker is huge. It's 250 feet tall, 27 feet wide. This is all the way in the Sierra Nevadas in California, man. So much for Texas having things bigger in Texas. Jesus
Wait a
Christ.
minute. So Noah planted this one after the Ark landed. Because it's only 3,000, so we had plenty of time.
That's right.
I'm kidding.
That's right.
All right, so what's up with the top of the tree?
The ark was made out of that tree. What are you talking about?
No, that's a piece of the ark that was stuck in the tree in the ground. So up there, it's actually another person.
What? Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh, I thought it was like a light or something. That's a dude.
Oh, that's another person. God, can you imagine the tree fort in that thing?
Oh, badass.
Oh, that'd be amazing. That's like something out of Game of Thrones. Make like a sentry tower out of that tree.
Nice. I got one other question.
I've got a tree condo.
How much are those R2-D2 boxers down to the side there? That's what I want to know right now.
Oh God, dunking your droid.
Oh God.
Droid boxers.
You gotta love Geekology's puns for these things. Let's take a look, shall we?
Let's
see here. $22.
I think we need to cut it off short now. We'll go.
One last quick thing.
Yes, we're coming
One
up.
last thing. It's just something I saw that was kind of cool. These people actually made viruses as like crochet kind of bits.
Oh, I know E. coli.
Yeah, cross stitch, yeah.
Yeah, just some crochet stuff, and then of course we have herpes.
Oh,
it's like a little flower. It's like a little flower.
Hey, wait a minute. Back in the early days, E. coli was wild E. coli. He used to hunt down the Roadrunner.
Wow.
Okay.
Crickets.
Talk about ending the show on a
here,
sour note.
children. Well, then down here you have Ebola. And then further down you have syphilis,
Syphilis, my old friend.
botulism, toxoplasma, and typhus. So then, of course, measles, the common cold.
That is so cool, actually.
These are actually really neat. I saw these and I thought this would be kind of cool to share. And then, of course, whoopee.
Post that on our page.
I'll give you guys the link. And of course, that's kind of funny. What I love is how it gives us a good illustration of what these diseases are. Like when you think the common cold, it almost looked like snowflakes, and with the flu, it's snot.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Appropriately.
Beer yeast.
Ah, so good.
Food poisoning.
Oh, bacteriophage.
Yep. Strep throat and salmonella. Well, hello. I'm going to make you poop and puke.
I used to date a girl named Salmonella.
I know a guy named Sal. He sold me a car and it had a sandwich in it and I was sick for a week.
God. All right.
That's all I got.
We've hit the wall, folks.
Yep, we've hit
the orphanage has been struck.
Twice.
All right, guys. All right, guys. That's it for the MythWits. Make sure you check out all our links. Check out Gary Astleford, Carbine Studios. We'll have links on our page. Sorry the show went so long. If you're still hanging around, God bless you.
Yeah. And next week we will pay homage to Fred Phelps.
Yes. Oh, speaking of God, yes.
Sad, tragic day in history.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So we will be paying homage. We will try and reach him, find him wherever he may be.
We're gonna reach
next week.
Next week we're gonna reach out into the netherworld and talk with Fred Phelps, hopefully.
That's right. Okay.
All right, guys. That's it.
Said.
Good night.
Good night.
Have a good one, folks.
You've just enjoyed the MythWits. Join us for a live broadcast next week and every week, Mondays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you miss our live show, you can always catch the encore episodes and the podcast version at our website and on iTunes. Make sure to check out our website at mythwits.com, and of course visit us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and iTunes. MythWits is a Studio187.com production and is protected under an attribution, non-commercial, no derivatives, Creative Commons work. You can download and share it with whoever you like. Just don't change it and don't try to make money with it. Make sure to check out Studio187.com for more cool stuff. See you next week.